Hi, I'm Robert Estrin here at virtualsheetmusic.com and livingpianos.com with our wonderful show for you. Are 30-minute music lessons okay? Well, this is a great subject and one that's very important for you. So I'm going to cover it for you a bit. Now, if you have children, let's say, a lot of people think, boy, longer than 30 minutes, can my child sit still that long? And here's the answer to that. If your child can't sit for 30 minutes under the supervision of a teacher, how can they possibly be expected to practice any amount of time at all on their own? That's one issue. The other question is, boy, going longer than 30 minutes could be really intense. And you know what? It's exactly the opposite. Why is that? Well, as a teacher, a student may run into a certain snag, an issue, maybe it's rhythm or some hand position or some other problem that takes some time to resolve. And before you know it, the half hour is done and you're frantically trying to get everything done in the lesson, and actually the lessons become more intense. Having at least a 45-minute or hour lesson is so much better because you have time to explore different aspects. It's not just a matter of correcting wrong notes and assigning new material. You want to go through review pieces, technique, music theory. There are countless things. Not only that, but it's important to develop a rapport with students, to understand their lives. After all, the most important part of a music lesson is not the time that you are with the student. That's right. It's the time they spend during the week. Your job as a teacher is to show the student what to do on a daily basis to be productive at home. If you can achieve that, the student will progress exponentially faster. Now, there are some exceptions to this. Very young children. If you're starting a child at 4 or 5 years old, certainly more than 30 minutes is going to be tough. Even in this type of situation, you would be best off having 2 30-minute lessons a week. In a perfect world, you'd have 20-minute lessons every day with a teacher if you could. In fact, with very young children, it's really necessary to have the involvement of a parent on a daily basis working with a child, because you can't expect a very young child to work independently. But once the children are of school age, they're doing homework, and they have a certain amount of self-reliance, they certainly can handle a lesson longer than 30 minutes, and you'd be surprised at how much better the progress is. So why are 30-minute lessons so popular? It's a simple matter of economics. People look at how much they're spending per week. It's much easier to sell a $25 lesson than a $50 lesson after all. So if you're looking for a top-notch teacher, you'll find that most of the high-quality teachers do teach or at least offer longer lessons than 30 minutes. So consider this when you're studying music or you're arranging music lessons for a member of your family. 30-minute lessons most oftentimes are a compromise. Thanks so much for joining me. Robert Estrin here at livingpianos.com and virtualsheetmusic.com.